Hello and welcome to a Smurg P video, and today we're looking at Transformers Studio Series figure 113 Skywarp from Transformers movie Bumblebee. And then on the side you have a nice Autobot sign there, nice picture of Skywarp. On the back, big screen inspired scale detail backdrop, Cybertron Falls, and you can transform it in 29 steps. And then on the top you have Bumblebee's logo, and then on this side beautiful artwork if you like your sets on your shelves, mint in box, or maybe not and you just like keeping the boxes. Either way, it looks cool. So let's get Skywarp out of his cardboard prison. Alright, so here is Skywarp out of the packaging, and instantly I'm drawn to the colorful parts of his body which just remind you of the original G1 character, for which Skywarp's obviously based off, and they sort of implemented that a little bit into the Bumblebee film with the ultimate opening scene ever, which is still one of mine favorites in terms of live action films. You know, there's I mean, I've learned to accept them over the years, but this was the closest we'll ever get to a movie that resembles anything like G1, and then Rise of the Beast, it just sort of went a bit backwards, to be fair. But hey ho, it is what it is. But yeah, Skywarp absolutely looks gorgeous. Let me just bring that down and try and bring that in a little bit. It's not going to work, is it? So man, so you can see his face there, hopefully. Come on. Sort of looks like a little sort of mask over there, and then you've just got the eyes to one side, which I really do like. It makes him feel a little bit more sinister, a little bit more devious, and like he's going to cause some real trouble. I'm sorry, it just isn't coming up on camera very well at all. No, you don't want to do that today, do you? That's a little bit better, but I feel like that's a little bit too far away. You can see the blades for the things, and he obviously comes with this blaster here, which he holds very, very nicely in his hand. It's a nice little weapon. Probably forms a part of his body later on, and then you can start seeing the body as a whole. Some great detail on that cockpit, which looks pretty decent. And then you've got the Seeker guns on there. Now unfortunately they don't have them on here. I feel like if they had done that, I would have found that very, very cool and very impressive. But I guess it is what it is. And this is a movie bot rather than G1 bot. If it was G1 bot and that didn't have that, I'd probably be even more disappointed. However, this does have that. Now, you do have the wings that can move. So you could move the wings completely out of the way if you wanted to. Entirely up to you, or bring them in like this, and even more, you could bring them even more closer, but that does condense the range of motion with the arms. It will restrict the arms. And also in terms of the arms, you got this. Let me just move them right back out of the way. You do have this massive piece on here, and although it looks great, it will hinder. You sort of need to lean this out if you wanted to get that full motion. It does just pop out from time to time. Got a sinkhole there, which is normal. Got the hand. I love the fact you've got some robotic bits all the way through. There's a little bit movement on the waist, but it is limited. The head does have a nice range of motions. In fact, I can finally get that into a little bit more screen. Oh wow, okay, you can even get him like that. That's pretty cool. Dig that. Then you get swivel there on the thigh. You can lift up like that. And you have some nice range of motions on the back next to the thrusters, down at the feet. And then I just wanted to bring this back out like so, because these wings, I love the Decepticon logos on there. They look absolutely crisp and gorgeous. So, and then you've got the purple to sort of complement the sort of the dull grayness. And even the dull grayness on there, they could have easily gone with purple, but I feel like that's more movie-like and a little bit more sinister. And then just bring that out there, you have this great big backdrop at the back, which I have no love for backdrops. So if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. There we go. So there he is. He looks absolutely amazing. I'm really actually impressed with this. And I think when I pre-ordered him, I just sort of, I wasn't going to, and I just sort of did it. And then obviously it arrived. I was like, oh yeah, forgot that I pre-ordered him, which is normal, to be fair, because there are so many pre-orders these days. It's sometimes hard to keep track of. So without ado, I will transform him off screen. So I managed to transform Skywarp into their art mode, and one of the things that I found was the instructions were really difficult to follow, and I ended up going a bit freehand and just sort of figuring it out myself, which in some ways is what transforming Transformers should be all about. But yeah, the instructions were very frustrated, and with it being Studio Series, the transformations do need a little bit more care and attention. Now, I would worry that there are lots of thin bits. So, for example, this ends up being sort of like a really thin piece. You got a couple of thin pieces here, so just be very wary when you're transforming it. But I've got to say, I'm very satisfied with the outcome of it, of the whole thing. Looks very nice from the top. Beautiful thrusters on the back. And then, like I said, the wings and the Decepticon logo there. The gun doesn't feel underneath if I just turn it around. They just sort of slot in there rather than feeling like a more solid piece here. But they are sort of out front and look more offensive. And then you've got the ultimate gun on the bottom, which reminds me of like one of those little turrets that goes around blasting things, etc. So from that perspective, I think it's a really good job, and I really do like this art mode. Like I said, it's not one that I would actively go and say, oh, that's the best Transformer in the world. But you know, I think they've done a really good job, and I like how it's turned out. So there we go. So there is the art mode, nice and simple, and the purple obviously shines as well as this. This is a bit weird. It's like a little gooey. It feels a little bit gooey. Maybe it's just me. So I'm not too convinced with that. But anyway, there is my review of Skywarp. If you like my channel, please do support my channel by subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Thank you to those already subscribed to my channel already. As always, please look after yourself and embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.